Great day, my people, on the VGA eSports chair. Before I introduce my guest in the studios, let me introduce myself first. My name is Slimo, of course, from the VGA eSports show. And if you're a big fan of football or basketball, you've probably heard these two names before: Joshua Kimmich and LeBron James. One common thing between them is they can do everything on their field of play, whether on the court or on the pitch. Our guest today, she's an all-rounder, the utility person from the Esports Association of Ghana. She's been a player, she's been a coach, she's the general secretary, she's the manager of Play Province. She's done it all. In the studios here with me will be Dabi Diamond, and it's such a pleasure to have her here with us. You know what? We chase some key, but she's finally here. Dabi, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I mean, all the accolades that I just rolled out, to be honest with you, I feel like you still haven't cracked your potential within esports yet. But let's get to the genesis of it. How did it all begin for you playing video games? Like, what age did you start playing? What age did you realize that you've got something that a lot of people don't have?
Let me be a politician. You see, when the politicians go to radio shows and they ask us, and then they'll be like, "Oh, first of all, I like to greet your viewers and then thank them for watching a VGA Sports show." I mean, it's an amazing time for us, and I'm so happy to be finally here and to be interviewed by you. I have seen how you have come up. I mean, when I knew about shoutcasting, I only knew one person, Vespa. Then I met you, Slimo, and your journey has been very, very inspiring. So it's an honor to be finally interviewed by you right here on the VGA Esports chair, right? Yeah. So it's an honor, and I'm just wishing you all the best. I don't want to do this at the end of the show. I want to do it here because you don't get the accolades you deserve. I mean, you started as a normal player, and then your trajectory has just been phenomenal, and I love it. It's inspiring for me. So,
thank you so much.
Applause for him. Applause for the man.
We'll take it, but let's go to the great people. Where did they all start? Give us the insights.
I mean, my journey into esports has been a crazy one. I mean, I've always had passion for gaming. I never knew there was anything like esports until 2022. So I am very, very young. I am 2020. I'm very, very young in the space. I've always been playing video games. I started playing mini clip games on PC.
That's way
back in the day. My dad bought a PC at home basically for his office work, and then we ended up installing some games on it, and then we started playing PC games. Then I started running off to game centers to play with the guys, PlayStation 2, those times, play FIFA. I remember playing FIFA 2007 or something. The one with Steven Gerrard.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And then the 0809, I think it was Rooney and Ronaldo.
Yeah, I really played a lot of that growing up, and so that's how it has been. And I ended up in tertiary. I did organized a few competitions for my hall back in the day.
Where, University of Ghana, Kenya?
No, none of them. I'm not mentioning my tertiary school.
We'll find out soon.
I'm not mentioning it, but. I think that was where I was like, oh, this gaming thing, people can actually start making money from it. But I never paid close attention to it until 2022, where Moreno from the Volta region organized the Volta FIFA Championship. I have known him. He was my colleague when I used to work at Volta One TV and then Global FM in Ho. And he was like, I've seen you play FIFA before. You can compete in FIFA, so come on, register and come and play. I was like, okay, fine. So I registered. I was the only female in the tournament, and the Esports Association was present. They brought the president, they brought their tournament director, Jeff, and Kwesi Hayford was there, and some other people. So I competed in my group. I gave people some tough time, but I ended up not progressing from the group. But then that was when I knew that there's something called esports, because after the whole tournament, I ended up talking to Kwesi Hayford, who told me that, oh, you know what, there's a community of female gamers and you need to be part of it. We do organize tournaments and we want to. And that is how my esports journey started. So if I hadn't competed in that tournament, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right
We
now.
are not here, but it's mad. And competing in those tournaments, being out there as someone who's in gaming and esports, I know it's going to be difficult because you're a woman. And I think I've asked this question so many times, but I would like to get your thoughts on it again. The challenges you faced, and just one way or any other way that you feel like you can conquer it. The stigma with you being a female in gaming and esports.
I mean, for me, in my growth, I haven't had any challenging situations. It's because the gentlemen I have found myself around with have always been willing to help you progress. That aside, the biggest challenge comes from the general community. Being a woman, you're quickly underestimated. You don't have the support that you need. You don't have the same resources as the men would have. That's it. Like the men can easily go into a game center and go and play. While as a woman, you can't just walk in there. Everybody be looking at you weirdly. I've been there, so I know I know what it's like. People, and my problem is with the underestimation. Because of that, there's lack of confidence. You don't want to compete among men or anything. And then the fact that there are no dedicated tournaments or events for women, that's also a challenge. But gradually,
I think you've been doing a great job of
Yeah.
trying to bridge that gap and, of course, introduce a lot more of that. I know you're a very busy person, and when I say busy, we've been trying to get her here since the inception of the VGA ESPORTS chair, but finally we have her here.
Yeah.
Because of your busy schedule and everything that you've got going on, how do you balance doing esports stuff and what you do, like as a day job and everything else?
Yeah, so regular 9 to 5, you find me in the office. I do social media management for corporate bodies. I have been doing social media for close to 7 years now. Even before the whole social media became a thing, even before content creation became a thing here.
The true OGs
in Ghana. But that's what I've been doing, but specifically for corporate bodies. And 9 to 5 years, Monday to Friday, you find me there. But after work, go and game and all that. It's just about
and the weekends, the MC.
Yeah, the weekends you get to MC as well. But I think my MC career has gone a bit down the drain. I'm trying to pick it up, and there's a reason for it. But then we'll not go that into it. But the balance has actually been for me to prioritize. I always say my story has been one of stubbornness and resilience. I have always tried to push myself when everybody tells me, no, you can't do it. They say I don't listen. That doesn't mean I am disobedient, but I know what I'm going in for. So I'm stubborn in getting what I want. So people have been like, oh, you're this old and you're still playing games. Yes. There's someone who is 60 years and still playing games, and she's streaming tactical grammar. She streams Call of Duty, and it's amazing. There's no age limit to this esports thing. So, I mean, I try everything. I do everything. Jill of all trades, master of none yet, but I'm getting there.
Don't listen to that. She's a master of a lot of things. Now, one thing that really caught the whole of the community's eye was when the Gamers Masterclass, of course, released that you were in the top 10. MasterCard, the academy, you were in the top 10. And out of a lot of people registered, Dabi Diamond was there. To be honest with you, I didn't know what it was till they had released it. Kindly tell us when you first heard of it, how the registration process was like, and what are some of the valuable lessons you've learned in the start already?
All right. So it came for me, I saw the link posted in the Queens Africa group in WhatsApp. Queens Africa is a community of all female gamers in Ghana here. And it was Kwesi for again who posted it. And he was like, ladies, go and apply. So at that time, I had just lost my kid sister and I was going through a very bad period. And I was like, maybe this is a sign. My kid sister is pushing something to me. And so the application process wasn't that difficult. You just had to record a video, talk about your passion. And I remember recording the first video and I was like very sad. I couldn't even turn it in because of how I looked. And then I submitted a second video and I forgot about it. And we got the announcement somewhere later, and
like months later,
and and I was in it. It's been a phenomenal journey. The Mastercard Gamer Academy, organized by Mastercard, empowered by G2 Esports. G2 Esports is one of the biggest esports teams in the world. They are competing in Valorant, League of Legends, CS:GO, Rainbow Six, even Rocket League, and they do amazing. But what we are focusing on is Valorant and then League of Legends, basically Riot's games, and they have couched out a very nice program, curriculum-based program. So we have 3 semesters. We are currently in the second one, and each semester has something that it focuses on. My key takeaway from the program so far is having to see how structured esports is out there and what we are lacking here in Ghana. The whole structure of, in Ghana, everybody, like, there's one person doing everything. It no go source. It never goes source. You need to learn. You need to delegate, and there's power in delegation. You need to have, okay, I am an esports team. I'm the CEO. I'm the everything. No, delegate. If you even have to employ people to do those roles for you, have them do it, and negotiate on prices or salaries and whatever. But then you cannot do everything by yourself, because you need to focus on your players. You need to focus on the type of tournaments or competitions you need to be in. You need to focus on partnerships. You need to focus on sponsorships. You need to focus on bringing money into the esports team. And as a one person, you cannot do everything, and that's my key takeaway. We suffer a lot from that. We are not seeing the structure. Once we get the structure right, our players, our esports athletes, our stakeholders, everyone can start benefiting from esports. It's not just about picking my passport and then I'm able to travel to here and here because of esports. That's just the tip of the iceberg. The main meal we are not eating yet. That you come and say, okay, the VGA ESPORTS show is sponsored by Canon cameras. All your equipments are provided by that. That is when you know that you are beginning to gain something from esports. And yeah, we'll get there. It's a long way. I mean, I could talk.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can think of the way going forward, but like you said, if there's no structure for it, we'll keep going, and then we'll end up being nowhere. That's the reason why we are all here, to try to push it to the next level. Now, I know for your academy, I think your graduation is somewhere around November.
Yes, so hopefully would wrap up the whole academy in November.
I hear they also take you to the Valorant Championships. Hopefully this month.
Yes.
And I guess we're hoping to see you there. And we'll get all of the footages. Hopefully, we cross our fingers. As for Dabi, we know she'll come and post. So we'll pick them up. Now, thanks for watching. If you are still here with us, I hope you're enjoying the conversation. You can cast your mind back to how I made the intro. I said she was versatile. She does a lot of things. I'm trying as much as possible to pick something from everything that she's done so far. We'll cast our mind back to some months ago when you were in Saudi Arabia as an eFootball coach to Kinder Machen, and she was the best performing player there.
eFootball coach to Kinke rather.
Kinke, who I think did extremely well for himself. Talk us through the type of coach you are and some of the experiences in Saudi Arabia as well.
I mean, that wasn't my first coaching experience. I was part of, or is still part of, Eze Gaming. An esports team based in the Volta region. So moving on to Kinke, I feel like Kinke is one of the most underrated eFootball players. He has done so much, and I admire him so much as a player because he has taken time to study the game mechanics. That aside, he has also taken time to know other players from other countries. So going with him to Saudi Arabia and seeing how other players from other countries knew him and were taking pictures with him, I was like, this is an all-round player. He has actually connected with them on Instagram or on LinkedIn or on Twitter, and he was talking to them like he knew them for years, and I admired that as a player. So because of that, he was in the right headspace to go and play with them. But skill difference, they are always playing. We don't get to always play like that. And at that time, he didn't have his own console, so training was a bit difficult for him. But he was right there with everyone. He didn't say, okay, I'm from Ghana, so I'm going to hide somewhere. No, he was open, talking to everyone. And I remember he was getting ready to play. He had to do some warm-up, and he was playing with I've forgotten the person, but I think the person was from Egypt or so, and they were just playing casually and laughing. I was like, if every esports athlete had that kind of aura around them to attract people, there's a lot you can learn. Even playing those friendly matches with the players from the other countries, he picked up a tip or two, and that helped him in his gameplay. So he, as an athlete, was something I really admire. And that experience also taught me a lot, that when you are managing a player, it's not just about, okay, let's go here, I'm holding your hands. No, but it's making sure your player is all right everywhere, from where they sleep to what they are going to eat, to the transportation they are going to pick to the venue, and everything, the attire he wears. You know, I remember where he was in his hotel room and I was in mine, and he was texting me. He wanted to wear a Converse or so, and I was like, nah, you wear the Jordans. He was like, okay.
There's those little things, little details, those details,
you know. Yes. And it was an amazing experience. The hotel we were even staying at, my room was so big. There was a time I even invited him, Charlie, come and relax in my room, feel free, whatever you need. And it's nice. If he's going for breakfast, I'm not up here, he'll call me, Charlie, manager, let's go. I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of relationship you want to have with your player. And it was an amazing experience for me. And I'm glad I've experienced that both ways, from coaching and managing as a gaming hub players, to coaching the person who qualified to represent Ghana at the Global Esports Games in Saudi Arabia, and now coaching, managing Play Province. It's a huge milestone.
It's nice. For Play Province, we are hoping they're able to chalk up success like Kincaid did. Now, to the part where you are the General Secretary for the Esports Association in Ghana, I think you've done a brilliant job for the past few years. Since you becoming the secretary, what's the difference been like at the time you were secretary and then now? Have you seen any changes within the esports industry, whether positive or negative?
Yeah, there's been, the esports industry is growing. There's been a massive change. There are more tournaments coming up. There's more inclusivity. The number of games. First, it was just FIFA games, FIFA tournaments, FIFA tournaments.
Yeah, but now you see the diversity.
Now we are seeing the diversity. Mufasa was sitting here the other day saying the mobile gamers don't get the needed attention. But now we have people competing in Mobile Legends. We may have a team competing in Honor of Kings. We've had Kings Clash or something. Like I remember Jeff organized mini tournaments on that. We even organize mini chess tournaments. So mobile gaming is there. It's just that they don't get the required spotlight. But then you see that PC gaming is also coming in light. CS2. For those who don't know, Counter-Strike 2.
Valorant now is on console, but it used to be on PC.
But you can't compete with console. You still have to play PC if you want to compete. There's Valorant. People are actively playing League of Legends. We have a Dota 2 team, male team. We are trying to set up the female team as well. So it's coming to life. We were tired of the FIFA, and then now we've spread our wings and we are flying. The difference now is that a lot more awareness has been put out there, and that's because we are focusing on grassroots, developing the grassroots. So we have people like Ace Game Station organizing the community cup, going into the grassroots, trying to bring out talents from that side. People, like on a usual day, you may not even go to Labadi that you're going to find a FIFA player, you understand? But because of the grassroots development, we want to enter everywhere and make sure that we are developing talents for across the region, across the country. Grassroots development and gaming has also come into light. So yeah, we are picking up more games, more players, more of everything. Yeah.
That's, to be honest with you, I've been through her whole of the tenure and we've seen the progress from time to time. We are seeing the expansion, the diversity, like she did speak of. So I think it's just excellent that you've been able to do that. Now, I also said she was a player, because I've seen her play before. Some of the video games that she's been playing, she's been very good at it. Unfortunately, I think the ASF qualifiers you guys played in, was it CSGO?
Yeah.
Was it CSGO? They were able to qualify, but kudos to them. They did a brilliant job of representing Ghana. Now, getting into the esports in Ghana, I must say, is difficult. To be able to take it serious is difficult. Have you got any advice for anybody who's trying to venture into it?
The advice, I mean, if it's because the industry is so multifaceted, I can't give one advice to anybody. As a player, if you want to get into esports, you need to master your skills, gain more knowledge in the game you want to focus on, get your own equipment, your own console or PC, start training as often as possible, do VOD reviews. I mean, watch a lot of tournaments if you can, and then pick up your skills from there. As someone who is looking at to build a career in esports, whether as a shoutcaster or someone in management or coaching, I guess you need to read a lot, try and find mentorship programs that are building esports careers. There's Enlight. I don't know if MasterCard Gamer Academy is going to do another run, but keep a lookout for that. There's this page, Esports Insider. Yes, you can go on there. A lot of these international esports teams and organizations have mentorship programs, especially for growing careers in esports, not just for the player focus. But if you want to go through that trajectory, you need to go into those programs. And the Esports Association has a partnership with one organization that offers coaching and referee courses as well. But you need to be part of the Esports Association to benefit from that. So if you're a game center operator, an esports team owner or anything, and you want to benefit from that, link up to the Esports Association, join, and then apply for such programs. And I mean, you need to learn. You need to be open to learn.
The groundwork has been laid, and they're just, the blueprint is now there. You can just hop in there and then, of course, get the benefits for yourself. You said earlier that you are someone who doesn't take no for an answer. Very ambitious. What's the future looking like for that? Because, like I said earlier, I don't think you've still tapped the potential that I feel like you can get. What's the future goals looking like for that?
If a few years ago, if you had told me that I would one day come and be the team manager for Play Province, I'll tell you, you don't join Play Province. Even Boss Hems knows how long
I'm sure you probably be watching this video and be smiling.
Convince me, but I'm finally here. The future is bright. I am so focused on developing esports in Ghana here, infrastructure-wise. Looking at being that esports mogul. I mean, one time when you mentioned Dabi Diamond, you have to add esports mogul to my name, and have the avenue to create or develop esports arenas where people can go and compete and basically create jobs, for cameramen, for production assistants, for team managers, player managers, where we are having a whole center where we can organize a huge FIFA tournament and have audience pay to enter to come and watch a huge Valorant tournament with a huge prize pool.
That's what the players like to hear.
A huge prize pool. I'll give you a little bit of, let me see, I don't know what you guys call it, an exclusive,
We need those exclusives.
An exclusive.
On the esports chair.
Some couple of years ago, I registered my company, Panda 05.
I see it in your bio. I was about to get to that. So I'm glad you get it.
It started off initially as was going to be an esports team dedicated to only women, to form the first only female team, and we are going to kill it. And I was like, nah, I need to make it something else. So it's in line with what I'm saying, focusing on developing Ghana's esports through infrastructure, and Panda 05 is the name.
Panda 05. We'll be keeping tabs on that on the VGA ESPORTS, and I hope you'll be watching very closely. What an insightful discussion this one has been. And to be honest with you, I feel like there are still a few questions that I've probably not gotten in there, but once you have Dabi and you have the time, you have to get everything out of there. My final question would be, if you speak of women and what they are in esports in the country, usually the first name that comes up to mind is Dabi. I want you to shout out all the girls that have pushed you to this level, anybody that's helped you get to where you are right now. I think the person deserves that spotlight, even if it's a man or a woman. I need a spotlight on the woman here. So just a quick shout out before we end this one.
I mean, my journey is all over the place, but I'm just focusing on esports. I mean, the first person who brought me into this, Christian Chibueze, aka Coach Moreno. He's the coach of Home Stars. They are playing in the Division 2 of Ghana Football League or something. And he's been doing so well. He was the one. He's the owner of Eze Gaming App and the organizer for the Volta FIFA Championship. Kudos to him. Kudos to Kwesi Hayford for pushing me always. Kudos to Maximus, Esports Academy founder. Herbert, Boss Herbs, Play Province, yes. These are the key people who have always pushed me. But when we come to the women, the first woman I want to give my accolade to is my younger sister. She's no more here. Winnie Sedem Dabi Diamond. She saw the vision long time ago. And anytime I tell her anything about esports, I'm tearing up. Thank God I'm wearing shades. Anytime I spoke to her about esports, she understood. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm crying at you. Whew. Yeah, my younger sister, she's no longer here, but she's been a guiding light for me. Can we take 5?
Yeah, sure.
Whew.
Get tissue around. You have tissue.
Yeah, so like I was saying, my younger sister, she has been my light. She had always pushed me, and she wasn't here to see me start traveling out because of esports, but I give her all the accolades that she deserves. She really pushed me through all this. All my gamer girls, my gamer sisters. I like to see my gamer sisters. Gamer girl Nika, Kinda, Akofa 7, Vita Lucia, Larry, Anissa. There are a lot. Brella.
Sorry to forget some of them. She's been put on the spot. So.
There are a lot of these women. I mean, I only got to know them when I joined the community, Queens Africa. And through that, we have built like a phenomenal bond. We have a subgroup called the Valkyries. The Valkyries compete in Valorant tournaments. And I love them. I mean, we are so close that it's not just about the gaming. We communicate regularly, we check up on each other, and that is what is growing us mentally and competitively as well. Shout out to all the women who continue to inspire me every step of the way. I have a very special group of friends that I would also mention. My best friends from way back in school, Ellis, Anas, Priscilla, Beatrice, also very good. And one very, very special person, Justicia. Or anytime I have to apply for a visa or something, she's the one who sorts me out. I mean, top notch. And yeah, these people always constantly are helping me, and I couldn't do anything without them. My mom has been my back rock as well, always saying a prayer for me. So thank you, Mom.
For myself, Simon, as well, we want to say a big thank you to every single person she did make mention of. And if you weren't in the list and you still helped Dabi out, I want to say a big thank you. She's been a blessing to the esports community in Ghana, and we hope her light keeps shining on everybody involved with esports and gaming. That was it on the VGA esports chair with the supernova, with the one who does everything. I didn't even mention that she was a caster. She can still cast if you want her to. Dabi Diamond, manager for Play Province, secretary for Esports Association Ghana, on the VGA Esports chair with myself, Slimo. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. There will be more coming on the VGA Esports chair. Stay tuned, and I hope you took valuable notes. These ones, you're not going to get them anywhere, and they were exclusives as well. Stay tuned to the VGA Esports chair. We'll be back with more right here. Don't go anywhere.